Great. Representative Ryan Bizzarro back here again, talking about the importance of the upcoming municipal primary election. With me today is my good friend and also Chief of Staff, Paul P.J. Monella. PJ, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good, Representative. How are you?
Right. Tell the folks of Erie, the kind folks of Erie, a little bit about yourself.
So I don't even know where to begin. So I graduated from Penn State University. I also have my master's from George Washington University. I reside on the Lower East Side with Natasha, my wife, and our two little kids. And I also have had the opportunity to serve as the constable in the 4th Ward, which part of my district covers the 4th Ward. And I used to be the CEO of the Greater Erie Board of Realtors, and now for the last 4 years I've been working for you. So.
And doing an excellent job. I'm going to be very sad to lose you when you win this thing. But tell the viewers, what does a magisterial district judge do? Why is this job so important?
So it's important because oftentimes the magisterial district judge is the only judge that people ever see. They handle traffic citations, they handle bail, they handle emergency protection from abuse orders. They handle such a wide variety of issues, particularly civil claims under $12,000 and landlord-tenant issues, which that's some of the biggest caseloads that we have in the city of Erie, on top of truancy. That's actually the current district judge's largest part of her docket is truancy. But oftentimes it's called the people's court because people come to their magistrate and they're not represented by anybody. They represent themselves. So it's oftentimes the only court that people ever see. And it's really important that you have somebody on the bench that understands what the everyday person is going through. They understand the life experiences, and more importantly, they listen. They have to listen to what's being said because people, when they appear before an MDJ, most of the time they need help. They need somebody to listen to their story. So.
And why do you want to be district magistrate?
So I know that you and I have talked about this at length, and I know that one of the reasons why you got into public service was to help others. And that's why I enjoy working so much with you and in the office. But I want to take that one step further because, in my opinion, we obviously do a lot of work serving the people of Erie, right? But being behind the bench, being able to affect somebody's life one-on-one, I think is by far more impactful than the work that we do every single day in our office, because oftentimes we're waiting on folks in Harrisburg to pick up the phone or answer an email. But what you can do behind that bench can really have an impact on somebody's life. And I want to be able to do that. I want to be able to make those decisions and to help somebody maybe change the direction that their life is going in. So.
Now, just to be clear for the viewers, you are not running against an incumbent magisterial district judge. Tell the folks who you're looking to replace.
Yeah, so Judge Suzanne Mack is retiring after 24 years on the bench. She's been down there in that area for that amount of time, and she's done a wonderful job, and I hope to carry on her legacy of public service to our community. She's done a great job, so I'm just looking forward. But you're right, I am not running against Judge Mack. She's retiring.
Yeah, she's a hell of a person. I served on a couple committees with her, a wonderful human being, and surely we will miss her service in this community. But talk about some of the qualifications for the job. So why are you the most qualified person to have it?
Yeah, so a lot of people are surprised that you don't have to be an attorney to have this job. Now you do for Court of Common Pleas, but for this job you don't. But what you do have to do, or what you do have to have if you're not an attorney, is you actually have to go down to Harrisburg and pass the Minor Judiciary Education Board certification test. I passed that test on the first try.
You did.
I'm the only candidate that has,
right.
And so that was a great part of it. But the other thing is also, having worked with you in the legislature and on some of the issues that you've worked on over the time that you've been there, that's obviously another qualification. The work that I did when I worked for the Pennsylvania Association of Realtors and the Greater Erie Board of Realtors, working on landlord-tenant issues, has been a huge factor in my qualifications. But more importantly, above all, I think it's just really important to have that layperson's perspective on the bench. And I feel like I have experienced quite a bit in the time that I've been around in Erie. And I think that I'll be able to make fair decisions because I'll be able to make decisions from an arm's length away. And that's really important in our judges, is to make sure that they can make fair decisions without being plagued by politics or being plagued by some of the connections they may have.
Talk about a little bit about your education so the folks know your background.
Yeah, so like I mentioned before, I went to Penn State University where I took up classes in a variety of different areas and graduated with a degree in general arts and sciences. So I have a well-rounded education. And then I went on to George Washington University where I got my master's degree in political management because I thought that I wanted to work campaigns my whole life. And then I discovered
not the best thing to do.
No, but I discovered then that public service was actually the direction that I wanted to go in. But I also took coursework from Widener University Commonwealth Law School in contracts, torts, and legal research and writing, which is also something that makes me a unique candidate in this race because I'm the only candidate that has any kind of formal legal training. And you pair that with the work that I did as constable, and I think that really makes me the best fit for the position because of those experiences that I've had.
Now, certainly the traffic coming in and out of our district office on a daily basis, we deal with Republicans, Democrats, Independents. We take care of whoever. And you're at the forefront of that. So tell the folks a little bit about your experience at the district office and how that can help you prepare for this job.
Absolutely. I think it makes me very prepared for this position. You're dealing with people in the district office every single day who have problems that need to be solved. That's why they come to us. We're either the first place they go or the last place they go. And I enjoy solving those issues, and that's what a judge does. A judge solves problems. That's what they're there for. And I think it's super important to note that my experience in that district office, it helps in this role because this district court is one of the busiest in the city of Erie, and we have the busiest legislative office in the Pennsylvania General Assembly. 35,000 cases were settled out of our office last year. District court here in Erie is busy. I have the capacity, as you know, to handle that kind of caseload. I have the capacity to solve that volume of problems for the people that come into the office. So I'm ready to do this on day one, and nobody will work harder than me.
Nobody will definitely work harder than you, that is for sure. Now, for the folks that don't know, these aren't really policy-making positions that you're running for, right? So aside from you being in the courtroom, what do you plan to do if elected to this position outside of the courtroom?
So one of the ideas that I have, and it's actually what got me interested in politics and particularly the judicial system, is I'd like to work with our common pleas judges and the other magistrates to create a teen court. And that would be a program where teens would actually serve as defense attorneys and prosecutors with teen juries. There would be a real judge on the bench, but we would use it as a diversionary program to keep young people from going through the school to prison pipeline. It would help them clear their records after they completed the consequence that was assigned by a jury of their peers. This has worked in other places throughout Pennsylvania. I think it'll work great in Erie County if we implement it. The other thing that I would really like to do is, because I'm in a city district, I'd like to work with establishing housing court. The city of Erie is becoming a city of renters. Whether you like it or not, that's the reality of the situation. With my background in real estate and with the experience that I've had in working in that policy area, I think it would be super important for us to establish a housing court. So those are two of the things that I would like to do as it relates to what's going on here at Erie. The other thing I'd like to do is I'd like to join a lot of the statewide organizations that are meant for the special court district judges, just to be able to be part of that. I'd really like to focus a lot on ethics as well and work on that area. That's important to me.
That's very important. It's
Yeah.
important for all judges to be ethical, all public servants to be ethical. Now let's talk a little bit about the support that you have. You're the only candidate who cross-filed. Tell folks what that means to cross-file.
Yeah, so it's actually something else that's very unique to Pennsylvania, as you know. But cross-filing means that you're on the ticket of both major political parties. And there's only 3 offices that you can do that for: Court of Common Pleas, School Board, and Magistrate. And so I am the only candidate that took the time and the effort to go out and get the number of signatures that are required to be nominated by both major political parties. And that's important to note because when you're sitting on the bench, you're not just judging Democrats, you're not just judging Republicans, you're judging everybody that comes before you. These positions are not political. These positions are problem-solving positions. These are positions that are really important to our community. And I'm the only candidate that went out and actually tried to get the support of every single person in our community.
Took the time, put in the work.
Yeah, to meet folks from both sides and say, look, I'm not here to just represent one side of the aisle. I'm here to be a judge for every person that lives in this district.
Fair, impartial, and ready on day one.
Yes.
Talk about a little bit about the support at the doors. I mean, you know, you have a lot of people out on the ground for you. You just had me hitting doors for you. Talk about some of the support.
I've had a really great response at the doors. I think people are ready for a young person. They're ready for somebody that can come in and bring fresh ideas to the bench. They're ready for somebody that has that kind of energy, the desire to work hard, the desire to really get out there and do something that's beyond the bench, obviously within the rules. But when I talk to people as I'm going door to door, I think they're just really happy to see a younger person, and they're refreshed by the idea that younger people are taking an interest in their community and want to be leaders. I think there's a lot of younger people actually running in this election for that reason. And I think that we need younger people not just in other offices, but also on the bench. It's important.
There is viability for young candidates. I know when I first ran, I was 26 years old, and nobody thought I could win, and here I am today with the position. And you know, I think young people getting in it more and more, and they're more determined to make a difference. And I know you're going to do very well in this job.
Something else I want to mention, though, about that, Ryan, is that judges, I was once told by a judge that actually judges get better the longer they sit. So they're like fine wine. The longer they sit, the better they get.
Yeah.
And so I'm actually able, because judges have to retire at 75, I can sit on the bench for quite a long time. And I think that it's important to have continuity on the bench. It's important to have somebody who can go year after year and see a lot of the same cases, because then they know how to handle them. I don't think that we want to get it into a situation where we can only have somebody that can serve 1 or 2 terms and then we have all of a sudden a new judge again. It's turnover. We really need somebody that can sit there and hear cases year after year, much like Judge Mack did. She's been there 24 years. Some of the best judges are the judges that, and you and I have relationships with a lot of judges, and we know that the best ones are the ones that have courtroom experience sitting behind the bench.
And stability and institutional knowledge, that's very important. Let's wrap this up. Tell folks a little bit about your candidacy, a little bit more. What do you want to finish this with?
Well, I just hope that folks will look at my candidacy and they'll consider me on, like I said, I'll be on both tickets. One of the things I'd like to point out, though, is that if I'm successful in the Democratic primary, that's it. You have a new district judge, because I was able to cross-file. Folks, you can have continuity on the bench from day one with me because I'm certified, and I can actually start a little bit earlier, God willing, with the support of the governor and the state Senate. I could actually start earlier than November, so there would be continuity in service. If I don't win the Democratic primary, we drag this out, right, until November. So I'm asking for the support of voters on both sides of the aisle. I'm asking that they get out on May 20th. The polls are open from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m., and I'll be first on both tickets. Like I said, only candidate on the Republican side, but the first name on the ballot on the Democratic side. And I'm just asking for the support of the community on this so that we can continue the good work that's been done by Judge Mack, but more importantly, have a person that is going to work hard at this. And you know better than anybody, when I put my mind to something, I put my mind to it and I work hard. And I think I'm the only candidate that will do that at the end of the day.
I agree. I agree. Mail ballots will be coming out shortly. Please, if you see PG Monella on your mail ballot, make sure to give him a vote, or at the polls on Tuesday, May 20th. Again, polls are open from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. And please join me and many others in supporting PJ Monella for District Magistrate.
And
PJ,
Ryan,
thank you.
I just want to say thank you to you two for interviewing me today and for being such a mentor to me. I've really learned a lot from you in the time that I've worked in your office, and I feel like every day I learn something new from you, not just about the work that we do, not just about the legislative side, but also about politics and people, really. You've had a lot of diverse experience yourself, so I just want to thank you for that opportunity, and thank you for being here today and supporting my candidacy.
It is my pleasure. My loss will be the City of Erie's gain, so best of luck to you, PJ, and we'll see you May 20th.
Thank you so much.
Take care.